to the Quench Life podcast. My name is Jillian, and with me today is Karin. She's here to share with us her story in fitness and in life. So welcome, Karin. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome. So first of all, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on in your life these days?
All right. Well, I'm Karin, as Jill said. I'm a single mom. I work for a local bank, and my job is a lot of intense research. Sometimes it can get a little intense about what's going on and what we need to do. Try my best. I keep working, keep at it. Coming to the gym has been a huge impact on my life, just to be able to balance everything. Life, work, being a single mom. And I love it. I grew up in South Africa, came here when I was 25 years old, and was lucky to meet a lot of great people. A lot of those people here at the gym, who has become very good friends of mine.
What brought you to the States, though, from South Africa?
What brought me to the States? It's kind of an accident. I was traveling. I had wanted to go and explore the world a little bit and see what's out there, besides just my home. And came here, originally was going to go to the Midwest. I was there working on a farm for a little while. Wasn't really, into it. Somebody said, come to Cape Cod. It's a great place in the summer. There's lots of fun people, the beach, the ocean.
Right.
So I came here and met really a bunch of great people and ended up coming back here permanently.
Yeah.
And this is home now. I've been here for 15 years.
Wow, that's a long time. But you go back once a year, right?
I go back every year, yes. My whole family still lives in South Africa.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to be able to go back every year for a vacation, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is great, recharges the batteries.
Yeah.
I get to take my daughter there every year.
Yeah.
So she knows the culture, she knows everything about there, just as much as she knows here.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. It's really, really great. Got best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's a great vacation too.
It's a wonderful vacation. It's so relaxing.
To get totally out of touch with everybody.
It is, yes. Get to see everybody.
So how have you been adjusting with the COVID-19 and everything that's going on with that, with school and just making adjustments to your schedule and how do you feel about all of that stress and stuff?
I think for most of us, this has been hard. It's been new. Just to figure out what's the best way to do things. You want to keep your family happy. You got to keep yourself happy. And it's just completely uncharted waters for us.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky. My job has been very accommodating. We were able to work remotely. I've been working remotely from home since March. They've done an amazing job in supporting for us. And then also, being able to continue to my workouts that I've been doing, because I was really, really into my workouts and working hard, every week before all of this. And working out's a really, really important part of my life right now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always that, but it has become. And I am literally, working my schedule around my workout times, because that makes me a better person. It makes me happier. So being able to continue my workouts, with what you've been doing, giving us the Zoom workouts at home, giving us all of the equipment we were able to use, for me, it was huge.
Yeah.
It's really, really helped me tremendously to be able to just be okay with what's going on with COVID and just be okay with everything.
Yeah, but it must have taken you some time to finally be okay with, kind of putting your foot down. I think a lot of women struggle in that sense of saying no, I'm going to the gym, or no, figure dinner out, or no, whatever.
I
but
agree.
I'm going to go away for an hour. You guys will all survive. So what kind of led you to making that decision? Or
I agree with you 100%. It is. Us as women, we are always putting ourselves second.
Yeah.
You always got to take care of the family. It's family, it's work, it's kids, it's husbands. It's we feel like we need to take care of everybody.
Yeah.
For me, it came 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it's like most things in life. You always think you want to do something, but you don't really get to the point where it's for the right reasons.
Sure.
We need to do stuff for ourselves, because we're always doing stuff for everybody else. Once you get to that point in your mind where it's like, I am doing this for me, and this is going to make me happy, And then when you realize this is going to make yourself happy, it will translate into making, the people around you happy and your life in general. So for me, that was the point where I was like, all right, I got to do something for me. I was not happy with where I was in my life. I was not in a good relationship. I was just not, it was just, my life was just not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I was able to, just talk with family, friends, and got the support of my family and my friends and saying, it's okay for you to just do you, and take care of yourself, and the rest will come.
Yeah.
And that is, and that's my, I cannot thank, you, Chris,
Yeah.
when I worked at before at Women's Workout and now Quench for that,
Yeah.
because you guys have been such an instrumental part of that.
Yeah.
It's just, it was a place where I came to and I could fit in.
Right.
And it just works for me.
Yeah.
It's easy, it's effortless to come. I want to come here. I want to keep doing this. And once you get there, it's just like everything falls into place.
Yeah.
It really does.
And it's an emotional decision, I think, that kind of brings you there. I mean,
Yes.
that's what I find so funny, because when
Yes.
people talk about fitness, nobody ever like rolls over in the bed tomorrow and is like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym today. It's usually driven by some type of emotional decision,
Yes.
or rock bottom decision, such like divorce, or the doctor
Exactly.
telling you, like, if you don't get it together, it's not going to work out well.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to get down to that rock bottom before you can start
do.
building it up.
Exactly. And for me, it was getting a divorce.
Yeah.
It was getting a divorce.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, but it was a good thing for me
Yeah.
to be able to go through that and then say, and move on from there and become a better version of me.
Sure.
And where I want to be and who I want to be.
Sure.
And coming here, working out, doing it, making it part of your daily life, daily schedule, it's just part of life, makes me a better person, makes
Yeah.
me a better mom, it makes me a better friend. It
For
just,
sure.
you feel so much better about yourself.
Yeah.
And you just keep going from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I love about Karin, because I was thinking about it.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
oh God.
She's crazy.
Yes, is that you never say no to anything. I think that's made adventure so much funner. Funner is not really a word, but we'll use it right now. We talked about doing like the Spartan races. I'm like,
Yeah.
Karin, let's go run all 3 Spartans.
It's like,
and Karin's
sure.
like, let's go. The next thing you know, we're climbing a mountain in Vermont, and I'm like, who the hell said that this was okay? But
Exactly,
you just
right?
have such a great personality, and of just like, let's just go, like
yeah.
whatever. We'll figure it out when we get there or on the way.
We figure it out as we go. That's true. But life is an adventure.
Yeah.
And that's who I am. And I
Sure.
was able to find me and find that adventurous spirit of me again when I started working out and taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Because I was like, look at this. I can do this. You
Right.
know? This is great. And it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I've learned to not doubt myself. You think about these things. Yeah, we've done all the Spartans together. We've done the Tough Mudder together, and all these crazy things we've done together. And it's like, I would never even in my life have thought of doing that.
Right.
And now it's like, why the heck not?
Sure.
Let's just do it. And I love it. And
Yeah.
if I can inspire anybody to get to that point, then, I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's all worth it. It's all worth it.
All right, I love that.
Yes, I'm the crazy one around here.
Okay, so when you started with fitness, prior to like making all the time for yourself, like what were you doing for fitness, and how has that changed for you over time?
So starting out, I was very intimidated about, getting and working out and going to a gym in general.
Sure.
For me, a gym had always been you showing up and there's all these beautiful people and they're like looking at you like, what are you doing here? You don't have the nice body, what are you doing here? So that was very intimidating. So when I started off, when it was, Women's Workout,
Yeah.
I was so surprised when I walked in there and it was like nothing like that at all. Nothing like that at all. Everybody was welcoming. So that was already a good start for
Right.
me.
And I think that's a
when
lot of it. You have to find
you gotta
a safe,
find a place
comfortable
that you feel
spot.
comfortable in.
And that's
yeah.
why it's like no holds bar
Exactly.
when you come in,
exactly.
because you just got to
It was.
feel like you belong.
Yeah, everybody was just super cool,
Yeah.
super motivating. But at the same time, so when I started off, I don't think I was that 100% committed as to what I am now, because it was always just like do a little step class and a group class, do maybe a little bit of spinning. I wasn't really into spinning,
Sure.
but it was just like here and there. It was like a couple of times a week, and then it was you who was like, hey, let's do a Tough Mudder. And I was like, all right, and then we started training. So with that came heavier lifting, more weights, just more, a little bit of more intense training. And then also part of that was when you did your, used to do all the different challenges. There was like a 6-8 week challenge.
Sure.
I did that and I saw results.
Yeah.
Because of the kind of workouts we did. It was heavier weights. It was just working on your muscles, strength training, you know. So then I fell in love with that. I really did.
Yeah.
So for me, from then on, it became more and more and more. This is what I want to do, I think, the step classes, the group classes, the cardio classes, that absolutely has a place, and we all need that.
Right.
But the strength training is just as important.
Yeah.
Because that's where we build our muscle. And I look at myself, I look at pictures of myself, even 4 or 5 years ago, even 2-3 years ago, and I had lost a bunch of weight already. But I look at myself then and I look at what I look like now, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm the same weight, but guess what? I'm way more toned. And I look better.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, the strength training, being able to evolve from starting off with the cardio and then moving on to the strength training, it's just been tremendous.
Yeah.
It really has.
And you have to trust the process. I think a lot of it can be super intimidating just because, it's not like you're going to walk in and start lifting 200 pounds.
Exactly.
There's totally a path that you follow and need to be led on to go through that experience. I think that you've inspired so many people in the gym.
Thank you.
So many of
Thank
us,
you.
right? To just be well and to be on time and to be dedicated to it. So
it's a big deal, and when I started working out, I could not hold a plank. I could not hold a plank for 10 seconds. It was the hardest thing for me to do.
Sure.
I could not do a push-up for the life of me.
Right.
And now it's like, I love planks. I can plank, all day long if I needed to.
Right.
It's just, you just learn and you evolve. And
Right.
again, it's a process, like you just said. You don't just walk in and everything is just like that. It takes time and it's dedication. And you need to do that for yourself. That's been, my biggest thing. I'm doing this for myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing this for myself, and that translates me into being a better person, a better mom, a better friend, like I said earlier. It just makes me a happier person all around.
Yeah.
Really
And I think with everything going into the new school year and, just having to figure out more, it's just finding the time to position yourself is important.
That's super stressful. It is. Nobody knows what's going to happen with the school, but we're taking it day by day, and it's just, I'm still remembering, that I need to take care of myself to be able to take care of my child.
Yeah.
That's big. It's a big deal.
To teach school.
To teach school. Yes, here we go.
Like, what
I'm
did you
going to become
learn
a
during
teacher.
COVID-19? I'm not a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not meant to be a teacher, but I appreciate everybody that has
my goodness,
those
I can
jobs
do that.
because that's just not my jam.
I agree. I have gotten so much more respect and for teachers.
Yeah.
Like, you people rock.
What do you need?
You people are awesome. What do you need?
Like,
I will give you whatever you need. You will have it, It's hard. It's hard. So
110%.
But, as hard as that is, and like I keep saying, being able to take care of yourself and being happy and fit, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, well, long distance high five.
Woo!
Thank you. And our last
Thank
question
you.
for you is, what is now your favorite exercise or movement when you come into the gym? What is your top fave?
I'm going to have to say it's definitely the strength training.
Okay.
And probably from that, it is the deadlifts. I love lifting something that's super heavy, and it's just such a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's like, there's this thing in front of you, and you're just standing there, and all you're doing, you're just lifting it up. And it's like, boom, I can do it.
Yeah. So we deadlift on a bar, and there's weights that we add onto
Exactly.
it, so it can look super intimidating. But that's one of my favorites too,
I love
because
it.
you
I
just
love
feel
it.
like such a badass once you do it.
Yeah, I feel like a total badass. And
Yeah.
even a kettlebell swing.
Yeah.
Being able to pick up, a 50, what are we at, 52 pounds or a 61-pound kettlebell.
Yeah.
And swinging that, through my legs and up in the air.
Yeah.
That's huge,
Yeah.
It gets everything going. I love it. The strength training is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
All the weights, I love it. I love it.
Well, thank you for chatting with us today. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day, single mom life, and all that good stuff.
That's what we do. What's what we do. It's great.
Join us next time on the next Punch Life podcast.